Hello everyone. Welcome to Adide Coach TV. My name is Adlife Muhamba, a career coach and a published author, among other things, of course. And today we want to talk about something very, very exciting. And like I said and always say, this is a channel which empowers job seekers to land their dream jobs quicker. So you have crafted your CV and you have been invited for an interview, and you want to evaluate if the company is the right one for you. Because I always tell my clients that you don't go to the interview to impress and get a job, but you go to the interview to impress, ask the right questions, and determine if the job is the right one for you. So today we want to talk about red flags of a job interview. And if we're talking about red flags, we are saying what are you supposed to look for if you want to accept or decline that job offer. So let's talk about those 5 key red flags that will help you decide if the job is going to be worthwhile, if the job is going to be right for you. Okay, so let's get straight to the conversation for today. So number 1, you evaluate the type of questions that the panel is asking. And what do I mean? There are certain questions which has got a discriminatory nature. There are certain questions whereby the interviewer is not allowed even to ask. Okay, what are these questions? Number 1, they might even ask about your age. What is my age has to do with anything? Because if I know what I'm doing, I'm old enough to do any type of job. So if they're asking me age, there's a possibility of discrimination. That's number 2, they make me certain remarks about even religion, or even asking your religion. Why are you asking my religion? My religion has got nothing to do with what you want to do in terms of work. So they're asking even gender. They're asking, funny questions about maybe your upbringing, which doesn't really have to do much with the job in question. So if you see that, you know that this is one of the key red flags. Okay. Number 2, high job turnover for that position. So you can actually check on LinkedIn, you can check on Glassdoor, you can check in a lot of platforms whereby you are researching the people that have been with that position. So if you see multiple job turnover, or people were frequently fired on that role, you should be worried, because obviously you could be next. So high turnover is one of the red flags that you can actually use to determine if the company is right for you, and to decide if you can actually take on a job offer. All right. Then number 3, lack of enthusiasm from the interview panel. You can actually see that the way this panel is actually undertaking this interview, they don't have that enthusiasm, whether it's a recruiter or it's an internal or whatever, interview taking place. You can actually sense that lack of enthusiasm, lack of growth prospect, lack of that type of information that will make you want to be in that job. Even if you ask a question, why, how are you enjoying working probably in this company, and those type of questions that will ask you to further probe about who they are. They'll be kind of like reluctant to say some of these things. They are not enthusiastic about the job. And if you see that, just know that it might not be the right job for you. Okay, that's number 3, right? Number 4, the interviewers are just late and they are unapologetic about it. You are in the interview there, you have been there for 15 minutes. They say the interview started at 12, but half 12, they are not even there. And when they get the interview, they're not apologetic. It is a big red flag. Okay? Because they should be able, the interview should be a conversation, and it should be reciprocal. If you are early, they should be early, and you have to do whatever that you do. If they do not value your time, then you should be worried, because you need to work with people that value time. So even if you get that job, don't be surprised If they are just like that, if they're just missing deadlines, they're just missing projects that are going to add value to the company, they are always on penalties because they're not doing what they are supposed to do. All right. So people who do not value time, it's a big red flag. Imagine not valuing time on job interview. What more would they do? Yeah, it will tell you much about the type of company culture, okay, on that job. Then number 5, which is the last, they'll ask you to demonstrate your skills. It's not bad to be asked to demonstrate your skills, but the way that the interviewers will ask should be able to tell you that this is not right. Right. Some, they are asked to prepare these big marketing plans for a company, and before you know it, they say, no, we moved on to the next country. Some, they asked to prepare project plan, pitch decks, all those things, which is not ideal. All right. What is important is that they can actually ask you to demonstrate just a bit, just a small project, so that you can demonstrate, especially in the tech area. If they're asking you to do this, app, just 1 or 2 things, But if they're asking you to develop a whole software during an interview, then it should be a red flag. The company might just be using you. All right. So it is very, very important to actually gauge the magnitude of how they want you to demonstrate your skills. So if you know all these things, you can decide. There are a lot of red flags that you can talk about, that you can look for. And I'm not saying all these type of red flags that I've talked about are the ones that if you see them doing that, then automatic decline of job offer. Ask questions. Do further research so that you are informed in the decision that you're about to take. Because mind you, it's a decision of a job. Okay. So you need to do it well. But these are just the pointers that you're supposed to look at and make a decision if the job offer is right for you or it's not. So thank you very much for watching, and as always, God bless.